On last night's episode of 90 Day Fiancé, David was stood up by Lana, and he finally is coming to his senses and starting to realize that she is totally scamming and using him. Oh my god, it was an awesome episode. I don't know about you guys, but I was in heaven last night. Last night's episode of 90 Day Fiancé was amazing, and the most hilarious, entertaining, and kind of just flat out sad part for me was watching David get stood up by Lana. Now, I don't want to say it's too sad because we've all been saying this whole time she's clearly using him. But last night, it finally came to an end, and it looks like he's starting to realize she's using him, she doesn't love him, and she just had no intention whatsoever with ever meeting him. And remember, this was his fourth time getting stood up. Now, it'd be one thing if they lived a couple miles away from each other and he just drove down the street and got stood up. This guy flew from Vegas to the Ukraine and got stood up now on his fourth time. He's also sent her around $100,000, and I don't even think that includes his flight and travel costs for the 4 times that he's gone to see her. So, I know, sorry for the little rant, but I just cannot believe this. In last night's episode, we all know David flew to the Ukraine again for the 4th time, and he got there, he was ecstatic, he was walking around all happy like he was in love, he brought a ring, and I can't figure this guy out. What is the deal with this guy? Is he really this gullible? Is he doing it for TV? And my take is this guy has a big heart. I think he is a nice guy, and I think he is so gullible. I just think there are some select few people in this world that are crazy gullible and naive, and David is one of them. He just can't see the writing on the wall. I mean, clearly, if this girl will not give you her phone number or her Skype or her Facebook so you can message and chat for free, she's using you. So David was there, he was ready to go, he got to the train station, and keep in mind, he hasn't even talked to Lana in over 48 hours, that should be a red flag. Something isn't adding up. Clearly she has no intention of meeting up, but he was taking that as well. She's probably on the train, she probably doesn't have Wi-Fi, so that's a good sign. So he goes to the train station, he's looking for a lady in a blue dress, and guess what? She never shows up. A little part of me thought for a minute, maybe she will show up. But of course, then I came back to my senses and realized there's no way. So he was devastated, he was heartbroken, he was messaging her on this chat, and I'm sure he was probably paying for it because it doesn't seem like he can message her for free, and he was just devastated. And he went to his other friend, I'm blanking on her name, but his other friend that he knows in the Ukraine, and he was talking to her, and he basically said that he was, kind of considering maybe driving to her hometown and trying to track her down that way. And then his segment ended, and we have no idea what he's going to do. I hope to God that he does it because I think it would be so interesting, so entertaining, and I don't have the slightest idea what he's going to do, if he's just going to bag the whole thing and go home, or if he's actually going to rent a car, drive over to her city, and try to meet her. I hope to God he does, but we will have to wait and see. But I want to hear from you guys. Put in the comments below what you think of this whole David-Lana situation. Clearly, I think we all agree that she is using him, but I want to hear from you guys if you think that David is actually going to go and track her down. Oh my god, it's so crazy, and we have so much more to talk about with the other couples. But before I do want to say one more time, this video is also sponsored by My Green Fills again. And I know a lot of you guys already took advantage of their amazing offer where you get 2 things of free soap with any order. So to everyone that took advantage of it, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't taken advantage of their amazing soap offer, just so you know, when you place an order, you get 2 things of free soap for free. You can click the link below, place your order, and they ship it right to your door. Last I checked, they're still in stock. It supports this channel. So click the link below to get your 2 things of free soap with your order. Now on to the other couples. And of course, we gotta start off with my baby girl, Lisa and Guzman. This was the other couple that I just couldn't even believe. I just was shocked when this happened. In the last episode, Guzman had some groundbreaking, huge performance scheduled, and he was going to do a release of his music video. And so me being a normal person, I took that as, Well, he's probably going to have a couple hundred, maybe even 1,000 people at this, show. And they get to this, basically they just went to a bar. They went to a halfway empty bar. No one was even there, maybe 20 people. 80% of them were probably his friend, maybe even 100% of them. Everyone there was probably just his friends and family. And it wasn't some big show. But in the episode, baby girl Lisa and Guzman were talking about that he has this big show and it's going to be his big performance. It wasn't anything more than like an open mic. I play guitar. I have done so many open mic nights. And I mean, I've had more people at my open mic nights than this guy had at his so-called concert show, music video release party. I don't know what it was. No one was there. It wasn't a big deal. And I kind of think baby girl Lisa, or Lisa, whatever you want to call her, was starting to realize this guy isn't as big as a famous musician as he's acting like. And then, of course, at the show, Guzman or Soulja Boy, whatever, had his, women, I don't know why I keep doing this, but he had his women fans there, and he was really nervous that Lisa was going to, offend the fans and scare his fans away. Oh my God, the guy had about he had maybe 3 to 4, 5 women, female fans there. Nothing. Lisa and Guzman's friends are walking around talking like this guy is some big shot with millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers and fans, and all his female followers. What? Come on. He had no one at this show. It wasn't even a real thing. It was probably just made up just for TLC, and it was just hilarious. And I could kind of tell Lisa wasn't buying it, and she's starting to kind of realize this guy isn't some big musician. He's kind of just full of BS. But on the flip side, Lisa and Guzman ended up taking a plane and they flew over to where, Guzman's originally from. They got this hotel. Guzman was acting like it was some resort suite, some beautiful hotel, and Lisa was like, come on, and she was really frustrated, irritated, mad. But Guzman was like, hey, we're in Nigeria, it's a nice hotel, just forget about it. But Lisa was complaining and complaining and complaining about everything, and I could kind of see Guzman was really genuinely starting to get frustrated. So this couple, I feel like Lisa's starting to realize this Guzman guy is kind of just full of it, and I feel like Guzman is starting to realize that Lisa is always mad and bossy, and she's just always mad about something. And of course, it wouldn't be a 90 Day Fiancé episode without talking about Big Ed and Rose. And there has been so much drama, so many rumors circulating this couple the past couple days. I'm kind of trying to organize it and see what's true and what's not. So I'm not even going to comment on that couple. But in last night's episode, so much happened with them. Basically, Ed made the comment that he wanted to get Rose tested in the last episode. Rose blew up. She freaked out. She was upset. You kind of can't blame her. Deep down, I really do think Ed is just like a teddy bear, a genuinely nice guy. I know some of you guys will beg to differ. I know not everyone likes Ed, and I'm not saying I love the guy, but I do think he has a big heart. In the last episode, Rose and Ed, they finally talked. Ed basically just apologized and apologized and apologized. He was near tears the whole time, pretty much crying, and Rose just kind of took it for what it is. The more I see Rose, the more I just think she just isn't that into him, and the more I see of her, the more I just think she's kind of a bizarre lady, and if anything, Ed could probably find someone nicer. Now, I know Rose is much, much, much younger than Ed, and I'm sure Ed loves that, but I just think Rose is totally using him. It's clear as day. She's not into the poor guy, and this Ed guy, he might not be the tallest guy. He might not be the skinniest guy, whatever you want to say, but I will say he is a nice guy, and he is treating Rose like a princess. And I can't speak for all women, but I do know a lot of women would like to be with a guy like Ed because he is a genuinely nice guy. So in the last episode, basically they met at a cafe. Ed just poured his heart back out to Rose, and it kind of sounded like, okay, they're going to kind of work it out. And in the previews for the next episode, they were kind of trying to work on their romantic side as a couple, and it didn't seem to be going very well. Rose just doesn't seem to be very into Ed at all. And it was really bizarre because at one point Ed was giving Rose a foot massage, and we saw a close-up of Rose's legs, and it looked like they were covered in hair. Now, I don't know if that was like a lotion or some exfoliating scrub or something, so I could have seen that wrong, that you also saw that Rose's legs were hairy. I don't know if that was real or what that was, but that kind of caught me for a loop, like, what? But you can just see, Rose, she's not into Ed, and I don't think it's going to end well for those two. And the same thing with Jeffrey and Varriya. This couple just keeps getting worse and worse. In the last episode, they had a blowout fight because Jeffrey found out that Varriya has been talking to other American men. And in this episode, they kind of settled their differences. You know, they're going to try to kind of work things out. But I just think deep down, they're not a good fit, and I don't think they should be together. And I honestly, I don't have any rumors or spoilers on this couple, but I have a hunch that they're not going to work. I don't know why. Just something inside of me is telling me they're probably not going to make it work. One thing I will say is Jeffrey was FaceTiming with one of his very close female friends in Tennessee, and they just seem to have such a good connection. She knows all about Jeffrey's criminal past. She is so head over heels into Jeffrey. Now Jeffrey, he is getting so much hate from the fans of 90 Day Fiancé because of his criminal history, and he still kind of has some, criminal stuff going on, like pretty recent. He was supposed to be in court like last week, I think, which I'm sure probably got postponed with the coronavirus, but I am just super neutral on Jeffrey. I think maybe he had a bad past. I don't like judging anyone for their past. He could be abusive, and if he is, then I obviously don't like him. But I just think the guy is kind of gullible, he's naive, and I really think he's the type of guy that always wants what he can't have. And it's like he has that friend in Tennessee, she's so close, she's into him, she's extremely attractive, really good looking girl. But he's going after Varriya, who's in Russia, and she's not even as attractive as his friend in Tennessee. And Varriya, deep down, I think she wants to find love, but I really think she just wants to come to America, go to some big city, Chicago, New York, LA, and live the quote-unquote American dream that all these foreigners think that us Americans are living, when that is, clearly not the case. Okay, then we had Stephanie and Erica, and I seriously, deep down, love these two people as people. As a couple, I'm just not really seeing it. They finally, they got to their hotel room, lots of giggles, lots of laughs, lots of good energy, and it looked like they were kind of romantic. They had their first kiss, which is great. Seemed like it was all, going really well. Stephanie, it seems like, wants to take the romantic, intimate, side a little bit slower than Erica, but I think they're both doing pretty well. They're getting used to each other, they're getting more comfortable together, and they're having a great time. I just don't see this couple working out, though. I think Stephanie is very, she's kind of like me, where she kind of just does her own thing. She's not, some crazy, maybe adventurous girl. But then you got Erica, and Erica seems like the type of girl that is ADD, doing something different every day, 5 times a day. One second she's at the zoo, the next second she's, out. Who knows? I just feel like Erica is just all over the place. Nothing wrong with that. She'd be really fun to hang out with every once in a while, and I think they could be great friends, but I don't see them as a romantic couple. I'm not seeing it. Erica took Stephanie to a zoo wildlife thing. There was kangaroos, and it was fun. It looked like a really good time. Erica was here, she was there, she has super high energy, and Stephanie, she's a little bit slower because of her health condition. She's constantly putting on hand sanitizer, she's constantly taking her medicine, which I relate and understand as a diabetic. As a diabetic, I am doing similar stuff throughout the day. So I totally understand where she is coming from. I don't think Erica is sincere enough, and not in a bad way. I just think she's a little bit too fast-paced, always moving around. She's very adventurous, very spontaneous, and I think she's a little bit too much for Stephanie. Stephanie is awesome. Great personality. The more I watch Stephanie, the more I like her. She's true to herself. She's honest. She's real. She's mature. She's doing great things on her YouTube and modeling stuff. Nothing but good things to say about her and Erica. But as a couple, I think Stephanie's a little bit too slow going, kind of, for Erica. Where Erica, it just seems like Erica needs to be doing something 24/7, all the freaking time, and I don't see Stephanie being that person. But like I said, it's individual people, nothing but good things to say about them, and for all I know, they could work out and they could be the next best couple on this show. I doubt it, but I have been wrong several times before. And last but not least, and I specifically saved this couple last because they are irritating me like I can't even explain, that is Darcy and Tom. They're back this season. We have been waiting to see this little clip all, since like January, and they just keep showing little teasers of it when Darcy goes up to Tom and she finally sees him, and Tom goes in for a kiss, and Darcy says she's not comfortable. We have seen this preview like 100,000 times. It is starting to really annoy me. Finally, we're at the point in the show where this part actually happens. We're getting ready to see it, and boom, it goes to the end. And just like that, we have to wait until next Sunday. It looks like Darcy and Tom, they're meeting in New York. Tom is there for work. Whatever work this guy does, I don't have the slightest idea. I have always been curious. I will say for Tom, 2 positive things for him. I'm not always negative. I will say Tom lost a whole lot of weight. He looks much better in his face, overall body. He looks much just healthier, skinnier, a lot better. And his clothes, he's looking stylish. He's looking good. Darcy, God bless Darcy. She's been through so many ups and downs. She's been through a lot, and she keeps getting more plastic surgery. I don't think it does her any good. If anything, I feel like it just does more bad than good. But, she's looking more and more plastic, which, Darcy, girl, I'm sorry. I love you as a person, but I wish you would stop getting so much of the lips and the this and the that. I'm just not feeling it. But Darcy and Tom, they get together, and they go to meet, and it looks like Darcy confronts Tom for having a new girlfriend. And I don't know if Tom wants to, rekindle things. It sounds like Tom just wants to let bygones be bygones. Let's just be friends. Let's just be cool together and not really date. But, hey, if we're in the same town or the same country for that matter, maybe we can get lunch, get dinner, get drinks, and stay good friends. But I think Darcy just wants to either be romantic and dating or nothing at all, where I think Tom is kind of like, let's just be casual friends, see where maybe pursue something. And I don't think Darcy's going to go for that at all, but I don't know what Tom is even going to say because they just won't show this clip. Oh my God, what an episode, guys. I was just in heaven last night. I am telling you, put in the comments below what you thought of everything that happened in last night's 2-hour amazing episode. And of course, if you can support my sponsor, My Greenfields, guys, they're sponsoring this channel. They're from my hometown of Michigan. God bless this company. They're doing amazing things with this whole coronavirus pandemic going on right now. And like I said earlier, they're doing an offer. When you place an order, they will give you 2 things of free soap. Such an incredible offer. I know a lot of you guys already took advantage of that offer, so thank you so much. But if you haven't taken advantage of it yet, it's worth doing it. It's a great offer, and I don't think they're going to be in stock much longer. So thank you for watching this video. Put in the comments below what you think of last night's episode, and stay tuned for many more videos.